name is Rick Passek, the FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today I'll be tying an old pattern, well, old enough. It's Cary Special. Everybody should have this in their box. Every lake fisherman should definitely have a Cary's, a variety of Cary's in their box. They're a great searching pattern. Without further ado, let's get it on. So, that's what we'll be tying. Oh, maybe I should hold it from the other end so you can actually see the whole thing. That's what we'll be tying. Okay, nice and buggy and bushy, and so for the tail and for the front hackle or wing, just some ringneck pheasant hackle. For the body, I'm using a Semperfli Dirty Bug Yarn in the pale olive. Love this stuff. And that is it. And then obviously some thread. So I'll be using some Semperfli olive and 12-aught. Hopefully I don't run out. Because, I mean, I got more, but hopefully I don't run out. If I do, I'll switch over to black or something. We'll see. So just start your thread as always. Oh yeah, and in the vise here, I've got a Hook-Hend's BL700 in a size 10. So just get that to the back, nip off your excess. Come forward. Now I'm going to take a piece of ringneck hackle here, and I'm just going to take the tip and just kind of bunch it together for a tail. So that's what I've done there. Just kind of split that apart, got rid of the fluff, and I'm going to lay this. Yeah, that's about right. So I'm going to lay it right into the front here pretty well. Just stay back a little bit. Let's see how that length is. When it's done, yeah, that'll be fine. So just kind of squish that all together so it comes together as one tail, one unit. And just go back. Now you can strip it off if you want. This one I probably should have. Now that I'm looking at it, you know what? I don't like that. I'm going to come back. You can strip it off the center quill, and it'll just look a little nicer. But sometimes it works out really nice that you don't have to do that. So this time that was a little long for my taste. So I'm just going to kind of roll that in my hand here to get it back together. There, that's where I want it. So about there. I'm going to come back. Keep that on top. Let's see how that is. Yeah, that's better for length. And then I'm just going to open wraps. Bring this forward. The only reason I'm doing it, you don't really have to do this, but the only reason I'm doing it is just to keep it more of a same size body. Just tie that down. Just so the body thickness is about the same. It's again, it's not a big deal. Nobody will ever notice that you did or didn't. So now back up to the front. Stay back a little bit. Now you can weight these as well if you want. I normally don't weight Cary's, but you can put underbody weight on it, or you can put a bead on it if you want. I just never do. I just select the right sinking line. So again, all the way to the back. It's a fairly simple pattern. The ringneck pheasant can be a little bit of a pain in the ass in the front end because it can get a little brittle. And here I always throw in a couple of half hitches just so my thread doesn't go anywhere. And now just wrap your dirty bug yarn. You can use any kind of yarn that you'd like. I like this dirty bug yarn because it gives it a bit of that buggy look to it. And I can pull. You'll see I'll pull out some of these fibers to almost be almost like a dubbing, but not quite. And it comes in a ton of different colors, all kinds of like greens and oranges and blacks and stuff. So it's awesome stuff. So there's that. I'm just going to make sure that's all tied down nicely, that tied in. Okay, and then I'm going to take my dubbing brush and I'm just going to lightly pull some of that stuff out just lightly. Nice and buggy looking. There you go. Just to make it a bit buggy, right? So now I'm just going to flatten my thread a little bit. Come back to where my tie-in point. Now I'm going to get another spay feather, and I know a hackle feather here. So I want this to be about as long as the tail. So once yeah, that'll be about right. So strip off all your fluff. And then you got to figure out how much of that you want. I don't want it too much at the front. I don't want too much material, but I do want 3 or 4 turns. So then I'm going to just softly stroke this apart. I want to expose the center, right? And then I'm going to nip that into a bit of a tie-in point. And then I want the dull side down. So there's the shiny side. So I want the dull side down. Just get in there and catch that little point. Stroke all that stuff back. So that's your tie-in point. Make sure none of that stuff is in your eye. Again, I like doing a half hitch here just in case I knock it off when I'm doing my wrap. So then very gently you're going to stroke all this back. Like I said, these can get a little brittle, especially if they're a little older. Right, so you just want to stroke that back and wrap it. And stroke it back and wrap it. If you catch one, don't worry about it. It's not a huge deal. You can either go back or you can just ignore it. In front, and then one more here in front. That'll be good. Bring that around. Lock it, lock it, lock it. Bring that stem back, lock that down. Now you can either pull tight on your thread and just pull, or you could cut it. Now some whip finish here. Just building a small head, nothing major. Don't need a big head. Drop your scissors, grab another pair. And there is the finished fly. So now all I got to do is just going to take a little bit of a comb, just make sure these are apart and not sticking together. And that is it. That is your fly. Now, the better ring neck pheasant you have, the better these flies will look. You can see with this one here, it's got some short stubs there, right in here. There's some shorties. Those will build a little bit of a front end here. Like it'll help this pulsate a bit, but it is nicer if you can get all like non-broken ones. This is an old pack of Hackle. This is probably, I don't know, probably 15 years old. So it isn't the greatest material, but it still does really well. So and you can go through your packs because you can match. You can see how the tail is a little grayer and this is a little browner. If you want, you can match them together. I've never found it's a huge deal. Yeah, and that's it. So nice and buggy and simple to tie, and it's been around for a long time. Great searching pattern when you get to a lake that you don't know. Use this and these spratlys, that kind of thing, just as a search to find out what's out there. Alrighty, tight lines. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, give her a thumbs up. If you are a subscriber already, thank you very much. If you aren't, please consider hitting that subscribe button and smashing that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next tying video. Tight lines, guys.